Hello guys, it's Inaki here, and today we are going to talk about Pokemon Double Battle. So I have a 13 win streak all the way from Pokeball tier to Master Ball tier, and despite I having a lot of disconnection in the beginning of the season, I managed to reach Master Ball tier from Pokemon tier in one day. I'm actually using a team that I think is really suitable for new players, and let's check it out. One thing before I start to explain more about the team, the Indeedee female count with Trick Room can only obtain from Terra Raid. So if you want to try it out, you can use the team ID and borrow my team to try first before you train your own. As you can see, this is a very common team that you play Indeedee Armarouge to stop your opponent's priority move, and also have Armarouge with Expanding Force become an AoE attack and deal a lot of damage. As you can see, this is a very aggressive team that only 2 of our Pokemon have Protect, and our main objective is to end the game before our Psychic Surge goes off. Just one small reminder, the Psychic Surge cannot protect your Rotom and Hydreigon from opponent's priority move because they are levitate. As I mentioned, we are a very aggressive team, so what we hate the most is our opponent playing things like Reflect, Light Screen that actually try to slow us down. So that's the reason why my Meowscarada actually come with Brick Break instead of Sucker Punch. And this is also because the Psychic Surge will make our Sucker Punch fail as well. As I mentioned, this is a good team for beginners, so my Rotom actually come with Shadow Ball instead of what commonly used like the Thunder Wave or Will-O-Wisp, because this requires like more forecasting. The new player might not be as good in that, but Shadow Ball actually just increase the coverage of Rotom as our special attacker, so you can have like much better attack against Ghost type, Dragon maybe, and also Dark type as well. Maushold is the glass cannon that you just come out, you just try to population bomb and kill someone, and then the next turn it should be heavily damaged, and then you can just try to protect it so your other Pokemon can actually deal more damage. So when you usually come up with Maushold, you don't play Indeedee. So that is usually when you see your opponent have a lot of dark type Pokemons and then you think that the Armarouge combo would not work. You can actually choose Maushold as your sub support. I won't say it's a full support, but it's a sub support. And usually you can come out with like Meowscarada or Hydreigon should be fine. And our Hydreigon is the key of the team. So the Hydreigon come with the scope lens and focus, and it will make it 100% crit. So your Dark Pulse, your Draco Meteor, your Heat Wave will all be critical. And I just tried one game, I just left with one Hydreigon that I used the focus energy before, and I Terra into fire and I use Heat Wave to just swipe 4 of his Pokemon. So this is really amazing and I think you should give it a try. So now enough talking, I'll show you some games that I play in the rank and I try to explain to you more about it. So my opponent is the Trick Room team, okay, come out with the eruptions, and Mimikyu looks cute there. I don't know what it would do, but I'm going with my Indeedee and Armarouge combo. I can actually deal damage to both of his startup, and then my Indeedee can actually stop his Trick Room. So the last choice is actually between the Meowscarada or Hydreigon. You don't really want to play your Maushold when your opponent have like more than 2 ghost type creatures. So I just choose to go Hydreigon because Hydreigon have better fire protections against eruptions, just in case if like something wrong just happen. Okay, so my opponent choose to go with Mimikyu and also Armarouge. Well, the Psychic Surge will stop Sucker Punch here, so I feel quite good. Okay, I'm going to use Force to actually break the disguise and use the Imprison to stop the Trick Room as well. I really didn't expect the curse here, to be honest. The curse is, I won't say it's bad, but it looks very funky to me. And the Mimikyu is really fast. My life up there lose some life, but I deal good damage in the Armarouge even if it's not very effective. And then damage by the curse. So this is where I was thinking if I should use the... I'm still going to use the Force for sure, but should I just use Armor Cannon to take down Armarouge was what I was thinking. But the chance that the Armarouge might be using Protect here because I don't have Protect in my Indeedee, so that might be one of the skills that you can use, and I will use that as well. So I was thinking about Follow Me or the Hyper Voice, but because Mimikyu is Ghost, so it won't get hit. So I think this is like quite pointless. Then I just try to use Follow Me just in case, right? And I'm going to use another curse on my Indeedee. Yeah, this is a cursed Mimikyu and both my creature was cursed. Of course, just now I can change my Armarouge, but I was worried about like giving my opponent a free turn can be dangerous because I don't really know what build that he is. My opponent just come up with the Draco. I can't really pronounce the name, sorry about that, but he's weak against Psychics. So I'm going to assume that it's coming out with some defensive Terra. It just makes me feel like going with Hyper Voice. But end up I still think like it's better to just go safe and try to use Follow Me instead. Because just in case if let's say my speed is slower or whatever and all these things will just go wrong. And Melbourne just indeed have a defensive Terra with his water. Yeah, it's not very it's not very effective, but I think the damage is still very good because of the Psychic Terrans, and yeah, it's a critical hit and it kills. Okay, I'm not really sure whether if it's not a critical hit it will kills or not, but well, I'll just take it. And Armarouge almost taken out by the Force as well. It's like 2 times. And Armarouge takes another curse damage to down to 10 life. And the Indeedee takes another damage and goes down to 40 something. Of course, if you want, okay, we can actually go for the exchange play. Having Armarouge in behind is always good because the opponent might not want to use the Eruption in this case. But the thing is, if let's say my opponent, this is a read, if my opponent double protect, then both of my creature will die to curse. But if my opponent actually just use all the damage skill and I switch out, then both of my creature behind will take out a lot of damage, especially through the Eruption, and my Meowscarada will just force out the Sash straight away. So I just go for it, and of course my opponent just double protect, and this is the failure turn, and both my creature is going to die. But due to the drought, actually my Rotom is not very good. Yeah, so the Hydro Pump doesn't really do that much damage as well. So both of my creatures is dying to the curse. I think the curse is actually very good, much better than I expect. Should really show more aspect to the curse as well. And then, oh, the Indeedee survive at 1 life. I mean, I'm not really sure whether it's like how's the calculation of the curse. I thought I'm dying, but anyway, yeah, the Indeedee survive at 1 life, and then this is where the Indeedee will shine really well because okay, this is actually I want to just kill Armarouge because just in case the Indeedee dies, and then he will have his Trick Room up. But I actually make a very bad mistake is that what I was thinking is I want to use my Terra into Hydreigon, so it will be a Fire Terra, but actually I failed. I want to try double protect, but it fails, and Armarouge is down. So my opponent just left out with 1 Cockerel, and the Air Balloon pops, and also the Eruption doesn't really do that much damage because the Dragon type has the resistance against the fire, and I'm coming out with my Rotom. As what I said in the beginning, we want to try to close the game as soon as possible. If we can, we want to just close it before the Terran goes off. But this one I think we just go safe, use 100% skill to just take down the... Yeah, my opponent just concede here. Okay, so you can see how strong the Indeedee is.